And again, it has cost Soto Karass a point.
Rich, talk more stylistically how Gomez is taking Soto Karass out of his rhythm.
Well, I think it's, again, it goes back to the speed, and I think the fact that Alfonso is just, he's too fast for him, and Soto Karass at times tries to get the rhythm going with the left hand, but Gomez can either lead or he can counter, and he's been effective with both. Plus, he's been able to punch to the body as well. So, basically, he's doing all of the things better at this point than is Soto Karass.
Alfonso Gomez has won a couple straight since that TKO loss to Miguel Cotto in that welterweight title fight last year. As we bring in our third man in, the inestible Mario Lopez.
Hello, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
You've been working the building, Mario.
Well, yeah, working the building, working the fight, doing some stuff for the HBO Buzz. I mean, it is like a World Cup atmosphere out there, such passionate fans, and they are ready to go, and it's nice to see the arena already filling up. And I was checking out this fight, gentlemen, in the corner, and from a distance, this is such a war, and now, up close and personal, gladiators at their best.
No, this is tremendous. And Gomez already, we would say, comfortably ahead as we approach the halfway mark. Soto Karass has dug a hole for himself. 2-point deductions for low blows, losing perhaps every round. You could charitably give him one, perhaps. So he's in trouble.
And I got to tell you, I'm familiar with both fighters, and I know that Soto Karass was the favorite coming into this, so I was so happy to see, just because he's such a good guy outside of the ring as well as inside, that Gomez is hanging in there, and not just hanging in there, but looking sharp doing it.
He's really boxing perfectly here. Sense of tempo, sense of pace. He's controlling things, Rich, and here we see Soto Karass getting more aggressive. He'll walk into some shots, but at least he's letting his hands go.
Yeah, and that's what he has to do. He needs a much higher volume of punching, and I'll tell you one thing, Gomez, to me, is looking better than at any time I've seen him, except for the fight with Gotti, which
it's
is the only
been a
fight.
while.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I think he really looks pretty good tonight, but I think that cut is bothering him from the standpoint of he's wiping at it, he's shaking his head now and then, and it's to that standpoint, it's really bothering him. I don't think it's bothering his vision, but I think he's losing this round.
Well, and he's been outside a little bit more. We saw him not reluctant to go inside earlier, but he wants to keep a distance, and he's bleeding badly again. Happily, it's not streaming in his eye, but it is going down side of his face.
No, Rich, you make a great point, because he's pawing at it, and it's only the 5th round. So a lot of fight left, and the eye is not looking good at all.
Yeah, even if it doesn't get to your vision, it distracts you in a situation. It seems to me it's distracting him.
Well, you got to fight through the fog. He went southpaw a little bit and tried to go to the body. Soto Karass now tries to crank up the offense. Again, letting his hands fly a lot better, and a big round for him, his best of the fight.
I ruled that cut due to a headbutt, okay? The cut on the left eye of the opponent. Yeah. Okay. How many people put on the
¿Cómo está el control? En este round se nos paró un poquito, no queremos eso. Sígame con el ritmo, no te me pares, para nada.
To me, I think it's Gomez. You see him in the corner there, and Mario, it seems to me, he's really bothered by that cut. He's got to, in this round, I think he's got to come right back and get his focus back in the fight.
He does. Soto Karass in his corner. Let's hear what his corner's doing. Now they want him to let the hands go, and they want him to go in there strong and really attack the cut. So,
you know what? They should have said that at the start of the fight, Mario. He's lost a lot of rounds, and he's playing catch-up. Not that it's not too late. Nice straight right hand from Soto Karass. So he's more aggressive, but he walks into a hook there. But you're right, guys. You know, when Gomez got to worry about the cut instead of maybe making little adjustments, listening to his corner, and it's a needless distraction, but one that comes obviously with the territory. It's happened to him before.
We're not concerned at all about Gomez's toughness or perseverance, but Soto Karass, I know he's been struggling early on, but when you see your opponent not necessarily hurt but bleeding, you're going to get an extra level of energy. You're going to get a little bit more confidence, and he closed out the last round big, so let's see if he can